Discover the future of gaming this November. Hear from over 90 speakers across the globe. Check out the newest Web3 games. Over 300 esports athletes and meet your future developers. The future of gaming is here. Don't get left behind.
There we go!
Yay.
Hello everyone!
Hello everybody!
Hello! How are you guys on a lovely Friday evening, at least over here in SEA?
Yes.
Hi Gil! Why boring? Forever, of course, to all of our guildmates here in Discord. If you want to join us, it's discord.gg/YGG. How are you, Boku?
I'm perfect. It's a nice Friday night.
Yep, I agree. It's the weekend again, guys. Of course, it's another game hunting experience only here on GameHunters. Hello, Mang-sama! Hello! Yes.
Hello everyone!
You said discover. Yeah. Drew said Boku already turned into a shark.
Oh, of course, as usual.
Give me that squid, Gio said.
No, that's mine.
It's the portable food.
Food, yes.
You know it by now, yeah? So, since everyone is so fired up, let's start with some of the latest gossip.
Okay, let's see what you have for us.
If Restream would let me share.
So, can you spoil for us what you have in store?
I think, yeah. We lagged.
It's fine. I guess we need around 6 monitors each to do properly the stream,
6
right?
monitors and 10 GPUs just to run a stream along with everything else. You know how it is, guys.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
we have now our segment that we call GNN. We call it Game News Now. Of course, you will never miss a single thing. This is brought to you by PlayToEarn.net, your leading source for play-to-earn, crypto, NFT, and blockchain games. PlayToEarn.net. Let's go! Excited for the first one?
Okay, let's see.
Very familiar name. Sky
Oh,
Mavis.
yes, indeed.
Yep, Sky Mavis announces Ronin name service. I don't even know what this is. Have you ever heard of Sky Mavis? I think everyone, at least before this generation of Web3 gamers, have known this gaming space through Sky Mavis, of course, which is Axie Infinity and beyond. So, Sky Mavis has announced the Ronin Name Service, or RNS, a system that simplifies sending and receiving transactions by making it possible for users to use a simple .ron name by paying a yearly renewal fee and an anti-squatting fee. What do you know? So, businesses, brands, and select users can already reserve their domain name with a public sale planned sometime later this year. Would you like to have like a boku.ron?
Well, usually up until now, we would see a name .eth. That's the main thing up until now.
Well, Bass is like that. The Last Dragon, they all bought the .eth domain.
Yeah, the domain.
So yeah, it's kind of like that. There was once a trend like .eth, you could still see it all around Twitter. So yeah, the Ronin name service is an upcoming naming system through which you will be able to reserve a domain name that is human readable, making it easier for others to send transactions to you, including both funds and NFTs. It provides users with the option to avoid using the complicated long crypto address in favor of a simple name that ends with .ron. So, example, amazing.ron, boku.ron, gio.ron. Okay? Easily signifying that the address is on the Ronin network. Can you see this coming about for every network, like .bsc,
Yes, I
that ADA, or whatever?
I really do, because essentially this can
It's gonna be a trend.
No, you can use these domains as your wallet.
What about that YGG? If
Well,
we come to that point,
why not?
Yeah. So, by introducing this system, Studio paves the way for a smoother onboarding experience for users to new to the world of crypto. Because everyone is so tied up with the long addresses. So, when will this service be launched? There is no exact date as to when the RNS will launch, but Sky Mavis has noted that the public sale is planned to take place sometime this year. So later this year, we only have like couple of months to 2023. So you will want to stay tuned for more information to surface within the weeks ahead. So stay in the loop for a chance at securing the name that you'd like before others do. Maybe others will start claiming Boku that wrong.
Maybe it's gonna be a trend.
I guess, yeah. Ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Big name again, Microsoft. Microsoft is rumored to add crypto wallets to its new Xbox console.
That's huge.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you believe it? But yeah, rumored, okay? The Redmond-based company reportedly plans to incorporate crypto wallets into the next gaming console, Gen 10, which will also have AI and machine learning tools for in-game character dialogue generation and frame rate enhancements. Let's go, AI generation. Yeah. The next gen Xbox system will integrate AI and machine learning, which will be used for in-game character dialogue generation, the frame rate improvements, and a lot more. According to the leaked slide deck from May 2022, that's why they say it's a rumor because it's way back. Microsoft also plans to introduce newer versions of the current Xbox model, citing Brooklyn, quote unquote Brooklyn, the code name for a refresh of its Xbox Series X console, and Elwood, a slightly revamped Xbox Series S, as well as Zebile, a new Xbox controller with a tilt sensor, quieter buttons, and the ability to connect to a mobile app. So, these are all new, and again, this was dated way back May 2022. Even so, if it appears that the firm is interested in adding crypto support to its range of products, so you better stay tuned for more updates regarding this one from Microsoft.
So I guess in a few years, or really soon, we will play on the
Really,
Xbox
really
console and
soon.
use our
Mm.
wallets.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah. Big names really jumping
Big
into
names, yeah.
the scene. Okay, for the third one, Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine integrates Luxos mainnet and standards.
Okay.
Have you
I
heard?
want to educate me. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna ask.
I'm curious as well. So, Unreal Engine, the 2D and 3D content development framework by Epic Games, has integrated Luxo, Lukso, its mainnet and standards into its blockchain integration plugin. Okay, so Luxo's integration allows users to directly interact with universal profiles and flexible non-fungible tokens NFTs from games. So universal profile on Luxo provides interoperable verified digital identities, empowering users to control their online avatars and digital assets. What a great jump now for Unreal Engine, which every game now, like every MMORPG I think out there, is into Unreal Engine.
I guess our neighbors are having a party.
Yep, again, and they did not care to invite us again. So, game developers and enthusiasts interested in leveraging this integration can purchase and download the blockchain tool. Okay, so it's available. Unreal Engine's documentation defines the plugin as a set of tools and libraries, enabling game developers to seamlessly integrate blockchain functionality into their creations. The plugin can communicate with smart contracts coded in Solidity, including those compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine or, as you know, EVM, such as Luxo. So, yeah, only good things. I'm excited for next year, like more high quality games, 3D games, like
Even higher because
even higher.
Yeah, this year
My
we had
poor
really
PC.
amazing games up until now. I have no complaints.
Yeah, that's why we continue to hunt games. So yeah, that's it for our news for tonight. Game news now, of course, brought to you by PlayToEarn.net, your leading source for play to earn, crypto, NFT, and blockchain games. PlayToEarn.net.
Whoa. Okay, that was great news. And I have to mention even greater news now. Because, guys, I have been playing a really nice and chill game. I think I got involved a year now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I really enjoy this game. I really enjoy the whole team behind the game. I am really hot about Oasis as well.
Uh-huh.
So,
yes.
in general, I can proudly and I'm very happy to have Jason with us,
Yep.
which is the co-founder of the Yomi Gardens and Yomi Games in general.
Yeah. Yes, yep. Like what Boku said, we will be what's this? We will be presenting to you.
Yes.
Yep. One of the founders of Yomi Games.
Yes.
We have tonight Jason.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Game Hunters.
hey, glad to be here. Thanks for having me, May, and Boku,
Hi.
and the rest of the YGG folks in the Discord and YouTube.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jason, for
Thank you
joining
for being
us.
with us, Jason. Yeah.
Mhm.
Initially, I want from you to tell to everyone how you got to meet Gabi in
Oh.
Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we must talk about that.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're gonna bring that up. But yeah, so last year, we were at a conference in Okinawa, Japan, actually. So one of our investors is based in Japan called IVC, and I think they've also invested in YGG too. They're one of the early investors. So they got a bunch of us, all these founders that they invested in, and then at this conference, which I spoke at, and then at night, we're having some fun things to do, and then Gabby and I were actually with some of the other folks, just Genopets as well. Albert from Genopets was also with me too. We're all hanging out along with Gabby, and then we were at a karaoke bar in Japan, and then basically we sang karaoke. So actually, Gabby and I both sang like an Oasis song. I don't know if you know, it's like a British band, but we sang an Oasis song together called Champagne Supernova. It was a duet between me and him.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yes, it's so nice to hear the stories. Yeah.
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 Yes. So tell us more about Yomi Gardens. I'm gonna try and share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Showcase
Um,
the
maybe I can talk a
Yes.
little bit about
Jason,
our
you
company
can
first.
feel free and talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yummy
yeah, is
Games.
that okay? Yeah, so before we go into Yomi Gardens, which is our, our major title right now, yeah, I'll talk about Yummy Games. Yummy Games is a company, we founded about a year and a half ago. My co-founder and I, we're really excited about blockchain gaming. My co-founder, Pavan, he used to work at Consensus, a lot of great background in Web3, and also, co-found, I guess first employee CTO, a really big education company that got bought for $750 million. So really great experience. But basically what we're trying to do at Yomi Games is, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the MiHoYo games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. I'm huge fans of those games too. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to kind of be like the MiHoYo for casual games, and then of course with blockchain components enabled too. So you can see that I think with our anime. Actually, the artist of Yomi Gardens is actually the mangaka, the manga artist for Overlord, which is a really, really popular
Yes.
anime actually. Yeah, so we've got to work with her and a studio that helped facilitate that. So all those designs that were actually drawn by her. But yeah, so
I think that was the first time, sorry Jason, that I got hooked with Yomi Gardens. When I read somewhere about this news that you are talking about now, that's when I really got invested in Yomi Gardens, and I say I will play this.
oh, thank you. No, I'm glad that you're able to check it out and play it. But yeah, and about Yomi Gardens itself, it's a very casual game. I think what was really interesting to me when we started our company, Yomi Games, is that a lot of people. So I also, about my personal background, I spent some time at Polygon. I've been in gaming for a long time before Polygon. I was also working for a mobile game live streaming platform called Umlet Arcade. I was actually there for the day one of that company, and they're actually pretty big in the Philippines. So maybe some of you have heard about it, the live streaming platform for mobile games. Basically, what was really interesting when we founded our company was that we thought that there were not that many mobile games for blockchain that were being developed. Everyone was, trying to do PC, console. But I'm sure, as you guys know, a lot of people, especially in the Philippines and Southeast Asia and Asia in general, mobile is where most people play games. And
Exactly.
it was weird to me that, not that many people were developing mobile blockchain games. So we were, I think, when we raised money, I think that's what people liked about what we were doing. Yeah, so that page you're just on, that's if you scroll back up a little bit, that shows our investors. When we raise around, I think some of the notable investors include like Kevin Lin from Twitch. He co-founded Twitch. Some esports folks like from Cloud9 and TSM. Dan Din is the co-founder of TSM, which is a big esports team based
Big
in North
names.
America. Yeah, it's a bunch of folks, and those are all people that I had worked with or knew from before in the past. Yeah.
That's very nice. That's very nice. So in general, I want to ask about the latest trailer from Yomi Gardens. Who coordinated and
Yes.
handled everything?
Directed, yeah.
Yeah.
Directed.
So I was the one that actually did most of the work to help coordinate that. It's a beautiful trailer. That features one of the main characters, Monami, that's featured in Yomi Gardens. But yeah, we worked with the studio based out of Japan, and that studio also knew Hyugen Miyama, who was the artist for Overlord I mentioned, and so basically they worked with her. They had the whole team of artists. So when I was actually in Japan, I also got to see them, meet up with them, and yeah, they're a great studio. They do stuff for other animes as well, and also a lot of commercials, things like that. But
Yes.
it's a great team, and the owner, was a friend of mine from when I used to work at Warner Brothers, and work with someone. So the person, one of my good friends is at Apple. He was like the head of anime at Apple and Netflix in Japan. So he just knew a lot of studios there. So he helped kind of make an intro there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really amazed and happy when I saw the trailer, Jason. So congratulations on that one.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank
I was
you.
really happy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it kind of shows that, we're trying to be, if you guys are familiar with MiHoYo games, Genshin Impact, right? They have these beautiful trailers. So we were really inspired by that. And I want to do like a smaller, we don't have as much money as they do, but hey, Mahoya, when they first started, they just did these really small casual games too. So I think that's for us, that's where we want to be one day, where maybe
Yeah.
hopefully in 10 years, we're making a big game and that everyone can enjoy and play, like AAA quality in the future. Yeah.
I think it's really early because I have seen all the games in Oasis. I generally play all of the games in Oasis. So Yomi Gardens is really high regarded from my point of view, and I really enjoy it because it's exactly as you said. It's an idle, really pleasant and chill game. When I play it, I don't have stress. I chill. It's really what I want to relax and enjoy my time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So maybe with that, we could showcase to
Of course,
everyone
yes.
how
Sure.
Yomi Gardens is
Okay,
made.
so
Oh,
guys,
awesome.
this is actually my game right now. I'm sharing my game from my phone, and I want Jason to showcase all the tabs, talk a bit about it, and I will try to follow up along with him.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. So this is kind of the main game screen. You can kind of see overview of your whole farm. So as Boku mentioned, this is a chill, relaxing um, anime idol simulation, basically. So the goal of the game is to collect gold. We have these this other resource like the moons you see, the blue moons you see on the screen. Those are like energy, and you can and both gold and energy can be used to upgrade your the prices of the things, these potions that you're making, coming out of the different like garden facilities that you can build in the game. So that screen there shows kind of like the building aspects. I see you've built a lot of buildings and facilities, which is great.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, so it's
He's been grinding it, yeah, nonstop.
yeah. So I think if you want to maybe go back to the main screen, you can like zoom into the facilities maybe. That would be great. But there's a lot of detail and beauty. I think our artists. So we have our own game artists
So
that really worked a lot
nice.
on it. Yeah, like they're really proud of the art and the art style that we did, and collaborated with Hugin on the mangaka, to kind of come up with this. But basically, you see there's a sakura trees, there's like some
Mhm.
crazy persimmon trees, and the idea is that you're in this like in the world of Yomi. Yomi kind of means like underworld in Japanese. That's the name of the origin of the name. But but we've viewed it to be kind of like this other world where people can kind of go relax, and basically, yeah, you can just kind of build this beautiful garden in this kind of other world. It's like an isekai, right? Like you kind of
Yeah, it's a
go to the other world.
guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
isekai, exactly. I love it. Anime lovers here know what that means.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of detail to the facilities and to the characters that are walking around, and we're really proud of that. So basically, you're just building up more and more of these facilities along the way. There's other little mini games that you can play, but the core game is basically collecting gold, collecting these energy, upgrading your buildings, building new buildings that will help you buy more and generate more gold from the resources that you collect. So that's the core game.
How many
Yeah.
buildings do you have now?
I
You have every one of them.
Jason, I want to ask you, what happens at the end? So, for example, if I build the
All of
last
it,
building,
yeah.
what happens after that? Out of
So
curiosity, as a fan.
yeah, no, for sure. So we're always coming up with new buildings. So there will always be new buildings that will be coming out. So I'll drop a little bit of small alpha for what's coming up in the next build, which will
Yes,
it's a pretty big
please.
release. So for new buildings, I think we will probably add a new like a watermelon facility pretty soon. So that will be something you can build. But then to your point, there's going to be more things that people do. So you can see also that we have some night cycles. It changes. It's like the nighttime
Mhm.
happens. Sometimes it rains as well too. So there's these weather effects that kind of sound cool.
Yes.
But anyway, for the next update, we're going to allow customization of the different facilities. That's a cool like screen there. You can kind of summon some cranes.
Cranes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, some paper cranes. Very much like this Japanese-inspired feel.
Mhm, mhm.
But the next release will have ways you can customize the facilities, buy skins basically for them, and using crystals that you're accumulating in the game as well too. So that's kind of like the at the end of the day, we want this to be a really relaxing game experience. And then we think there's our characters are also really compelling as well too. So on that screen, there, you can actually gift characters different gifts that you can earn from a mini game, like a Fruit Ninja style mini game.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Fruit Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy this mini game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice. You increased her. Yeah. So as you increase her affection and build up her level, then she helps generate more gold at the facilities that you kind of place her at.
So these are
So-
the companions.
Yes, these are essentially
Yes,
the
these are
NFTs.
Okay.
Not all of
okay.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. Not all of them though. We thought about a lot about the design of the token and how NFTs would work in our game. And right now, kind of similar to gacha games, also inspired by Genshin, right? The 5-star characters are the ones that are NFTs, and those are the ones minted automatically on Oasis.
Yes.
Yeah, so as you're playing this game, I think players, maybe you don't realize if you're watching, there's no wallet sign-up flow, right? So I want to talk a little bit about that. We developed our own architecture to basically make it so that any person who plays the game, it's free to play. You download the app. You don't even know that you're even using a wallet in the back end. So we actually create a Oasis wallet
Indeed.
for every single new player that joins the game on the back end. You don't even have to worry about it or think about it. Then later on, you can connect your email, and then you can use that email then to connect your personal identity, right, to tie that to the wallet that we created for you. And basically, when you receive a 5-star or roll a 5-star on the gacha, then that gets minted automatically on the Oasis chain. So they're pretty hard to get, like they're definitely kind of more of these rare items. They have like really good bonuses that's to make them 5 stars, and some unique traits as well. So every gacha is almost like an NFT mint too. We kind of designed it that way. Not sure if you noticed, Boku, but that's kind of why we designed it that way. It's like an NFT
Yes.
mint a little bit. Yeah. So there's like these rare traits, and then they're 5 stars based on the traits that you get randomly, and then the 5-star ones are minted on chain and on the Oasis chain. Yeah.
Yes, because we mostly, when we discuss with Mazing, we have seen a lot of things these years, and we always say that sometimes we feel that the developers forget that the easiest you make it for the Web 2 people to jump into Web 3, the better. But some of them make it so hard. And when someone tries to play a game, he gets so intimidated.
Yeah, with the first step.
Yes,
Create
and-
a wallet
and
and
they
save the seed.
Exactly.
seed phrase.
And they just don't continue playing. Simple as that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know some. I won't name them, but I know some other bigger ones. Like they even ask for seed phrases. You have to copy it into the game. You're like, oh my god, that's so crazy, right? Who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a question here from Mausama. Are
Yes.
there monster plants?
This is a chill game, Maosama. Yes, you have
Because
to.
like
They're monster plants. That's a good question. So we have I think one of the ones, the persimmon facility, you did show it earlier. That's kind of like a really interesting, kind of unique sort of plant. But of course, most of these plants are based off of either usually Japanese plants that you would see grown in Japan. In terms of monsters, in terms of kind of almost like a battling system, is that kind of maybe what you're thinking about? We are considering many different future features for the game. Not saying that we are doing this yet, but something we are in the game design process of thinking about what might be cool. And this would come out later, right? This at least a couple months from now if we were to do it.
I will make a
But
sound while you talk.
but maybe you might be able to go send them on an adventure or quest, and maybe that might involve that. Oh yeah, there's going to be some potential monster plants or something like that in the
Oh,
future. So we are
yes.
thinking about that, but not sure yet if we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Carnivorous garden.
We have seen
Yeah.
a lot of ways from games that can be competitive and give out prizes. For example, in this kind of game, Jason, usually how you distribute rewards if you want to conduct a tournament, a mini tournament or a contest, is reach the specific building in 2 days. The first one takes the prize, or the top 10 people that will reach that amount of money with this kind of games, right?
Yeah, so it's a good question. Actually, someone actually asked us, hey, so we designed this game to be very relaxing and not competitive, right? Which is
Yeah.
unusual, I think, for blockchain games too, right? So
It
we did a
is.
lot of
Yes,
interesting
yeah.
things. So someone actually asked us, but I know that people in Web3 love to compete. They love to be able to accumulate tokens. And look, I get it. You know, I'm also a Web3 user, a DGen as well, just like all of you. So we are thinking about ways to maybe add a leaderboard. Actually, some of our users were like, "Hey, I just want to know where I am compared to everyone
Yeah,
else in the
exactly.
game.
Yeah.
Like how far am I compared to everyone else?" So we are probably going to add a leaderboard in the future. And then with the
Nice.
leaderboard, then there might be ways to distribute additional rewards like Oasis tokens or things like that, other NFTs, maybe some 5-star NFTs in the game as well too. So we are considering that, and that's definitely on the in the future roadmap. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the white paper, and there's this part here. It's
Oh,
called
dating.
I remember this, Jason. Yes.
So yeah, so so those companions actually you can interact with them in a way that can level them up.
I saw when I
Yeah.
became a tester for this game like
Uh-huh.
1 year ago, and I saw that how it was going with the affection.
The
It was really
affection.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a waifu dream come true.
Yeah, so it's interesting you bring this up because I should probably update the white paper, but initially, so Boki, you might remember this. We played it early. We actually did
Yes, I
have
did.
so we actually did have so you saw in the game there's only gifting right now. If you go to the characters, so every character has a special facility that is designed just for them. So when you roll on a new character, you get the character walking around and also their facility. So their home facility is like their date facility kind of. We in the past you could we actually made some changes. So you could go on these narrative like kind of like dates a little bit, and you could like kind of stories, kind of so
I really
course,
liked it.
like Genshin. Oh, you did like it, yeah. So we
Yeah,
actually do
yeah.
have that, but we removed it because some people we'd had some feedback that some people didn't really like it that much. So we decided to take it out for the game for now. But we are thinking about maybe how do we add that back into the game in a way that's more fun for everyone. So that's something that we are working and trying to improve. But that was an original feature, and there might be other ways that you can go about interacting with them that we are thinking. So that's definitely something that we're thinking a lot about how to make that like a better feature.
Yeah, I guess if you ask 100 people, you're gonna get 100 different opinions. For example, my opinion would be I would
You
like
like
the middle road. I really liked it,
Uh-huh.
but I would prefer the dialogues to be a bit smaller. That's only it. I really love the interaction and how it goes.
Of course, yeah. You're really into this story
Simulation,
story.
idle, relax, waifu, yeah, this kind of game. I really liked it.
Yeah, that's good feedback. We'll definitely take that in consideration because it's interesting you mentioned that, because I think personally I also felt that it was too long. Also, that it should have been a little shorter.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear that you also agree with that, because that was also my personal opinion too, that we need to make it shorter.
Just a bit,
Yeah.
just a bit.
Yeah, so Mausama is playing it now. We have Chard from YGG Discord who also played it. Look at all his
Yes, by the
companions
way,
there.
wait, he got the NFT.
There.
He got the
Chard!
NFT.
Of course,
Really?
this is Chard we're talking about.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Because with Oasis, I'm guessing that they have so many interactions with the Ryu, from Mayu, with his NFTs. You can do crazy stuff. That's why I love every game in Oasis.
Yeah, we're actually talking to we already kind of there's a little bit more alpha too. We do have something that we're trying to work with, maybe the Oasis NFT, and then
Yes.
potentially if you own an Oasis NFT, there might be something that unlocks in the future in our
Yes.
game. We've already actually discussed it with them, but our product team is so busy, our engineers are so busy working, so we have a lot of things to do before we can get to that. But we've already actually talked about it and agreed on what that would look like. And
Yeah, it's
So,
the options available. Yeah.
yeah,
Amazing.
so that's coming in the future too. Yeah.
So Resback Gaming is asking for tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Tips and
It's-
tricks.
Jason,
To
do
get
you
more
wanna share?
companions.
Yes,
Or
you wanna share something
Sure.
with
more
us
shards.
about tips
Yeah.
and tricks?
Yeah, sure. So I would say the big thing in the game is you can staff the companions. So that's the right screen. When you look at the companion screen, you can actually assign them to different buildings, and that's where their bonuses apply. So if you get So the first Monami that you receive, you get like a free one. Everyone gets a free Monami in the beginning when you play. You know, she'll have some sort of bonus. I think it's on Wasabi usually, but you know, you can apply her to the different, you know, facilities. Then they give a big bonuses on gold, and then and basically all the gold, you know, will definitely become a lot higher as you staff them on the correct facilities as you build them. You can also, so it is an idle game, so you don't have to necessarily play it every day. It's a very chill experience, but we do know some people like, I don't, it's crazy to me because when I designed the game with my team, like we didn't think people would do this, but there's literally people that would just play for hours. And like, how do you play an idle game for like hours at a time?
No. I play, but I play, you know, click.
Just to chill, you know, before going to bed. Like, just
Yeah.
casually.
So if you go to the pot of gold at the bottom, there's an idle gold. So that's a really easy way to accumulate gold. If you claim on the left button, yeah, the right one, if you watch an ad, you get like additional rewards, but you don't have to watch it obviously right now. But if you do claim it, then you get idle rewards, and that recharges at minimum every 5 minutes. So that's you know, if you want to do a little bit faster, you just check in every 5 minutes to claim gold there. The Dean Ito is one of our characters in the game. She'll also pop up, and you can like watch more if you watch an ad as well. And then if you go to the crane building, you might have seen that one, Realm Guardians. So I think it's also on like I believe it's also around like a 5 to 15 minute timer or so. Then, you know, every so often you can pull the rope like we saw earlier in the show, and then cranes will come out. They will also give gold, and then you can collect more gold that way. Because the name of the game is really like, and also lastly, you really want to upgrade your facilities.
Yes.
So if you go to the upgrade, like the recipe book, like next to the build button at the bottom left or bottom right, sorry.
I'm clicking it now.
Yeah. Then you can see that there's ways to upgrade the facility. So always want to make sure you upgrade the facilities and upgrade the recipes, because that all cumulatively adds up to get more and more gold. And there's like, you know, a lot of gold you can get in this game, including daily tasks and stuff. So we added a lot of ways you can get gold in a lot of different ways. So there's a lot of like, you know, simple little things that you can do as well. And of course, upgrading your companions, rolling more on the gacha, right, as you get more crystals. I think those are all like ways you can like, you know, just accumulate gold. Yeah.
I'm really excited in generalization. Could you talk about the Oni NFTs?
The Oni.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yes.
yes, so I'm wearing the hat, if you can tell.
Whoa.
Merch. Yeah, merch. Yes, definitely. Potentially can send out some merch too. We might do some stuff
Thank
like that
you.
in our Discord as well. Maybe we can do some stuff for YGG. You know, we can talk about that after some
Yes.
free merch stuff. But yeah. So Oni Squad. Oni means kind of like, you know, the ghost or like a spirit,
demon.
right, in Japanese. Demon. Yeah, demon slayer. Like, you know. So they always say Oni in the show. But yeah, so Oni Squad was kind of like it was an ETH NFT mint. It was a free mint a year ago or a year and a half ago. That's around the company when we launched the company. We launched with this free mint, and that was really just our first game. It was a very simple game that people could only be playing on the web. It wasn't even a mobile game, and it was about customizing. It was also very chill. Like, you know, we're all about these like kind of chill games, and you could basically create and customize like a mansion, like a haunted house mansion. And the Oni NFT was like the way you could play the game. We also had some collaborative like NFT, some other NFT projects like Lazy Lions at the time was a really big NFT, so they also could like play in the game as well too. And yeah, basically we had these NFTs that kind of started as this kind of initial like 1 month game. It was only like a game that would last for a month. We used that as a way to test and learn about Web3 gaming and see what can we really do with Web3 and what do we think people are gonna like. So we wanted to just learn and just build something so people could play. So those owning NFT now, like that's been a really great community. It honestly, it was crazy. I remember like when it first launched as a free mint, we worked with no influencers. I didn't know that many. I personally didn't know that many influencers either. So we didn't know anyone. We didn't really have that many collaborations. We just kind of minted it out for free. But we had some people that knew about it ahead of time. So then they spread it out to, you know, all these alpha groups. sure some maybe some folks from YGG also heard about it too, and then they minted it for free. So basically, so it didn't mint out immediately, but in the first maybe like 6 or 7 hours, at first like no one was minting, and then people heard about it and minted out.
It was
instantly,
immediate. I
basically.
remember.
Yeah. Oh, you remember that? Yeah, it crashed our
I remember.
servers. There's it crashed our because we didn't expect it. We didn't plan to have such traffic, so it crashed our servers. And then it was crazy because it was like a free mint, and at the time there was a lot of paid mints. Some people were really excited about the free mint on ETH, and it was like trending on OpenSea for a couple of days as #1 on OpenSea for a couple of days.
Yeah.
At the time.
You did it
Yeah,
in a very good period, like in the best possible dates for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was an exciting time, and of course, all ETH NFTs, well, all NFTs have fallen a bit since then. But I think what I'm really proud of is that we were really early on the free NFT. Like for me, I've been playing free-to-play games. We raised money. We felt like it wasn't great, to charge. There's a lot of rugs, right? And a lot of bad actors in the space too. I mean, as a founder, we see that too, and it doesn't feel good, right? So that's why we did a free mint, because we really wanted to make sure that people, could have a chance to, experience our game without having to pay anything. Ideally, only just pay gas. And same for Gardens, and same for like our upcoming title. We have another one coming out as well too, pretty soon. And those are all going to be free to play games. I'm a big believer of that, and I think that makes sense for like a lot of people. Yeah.
Hey, Jason, about tokenomic models and these kind of things, what's the point of view from Yomi Games?
Yes. So it has changed over time. So I think, of course, you guys are all familiar with Axie. We really studied Axie quite a bit. I've personally played a lot of different Web3 games too. So for the token model, for Yomi Gardens, we purposely did not have a crypto token related to it. It's only NFTs. And part of it is actually because it's a lot easier to be on the App Store if you kind of do it that way. But now that we launched our first game, Yomi Gardens, that is really mostly NFTs. We're probably not going to have a token for Garden specifically, but this is another like little bit of alpha, I guess. But of course, when we do our company token, so if you like kind of basically like the Ronin, right? Axie has Ronin.
Yeah.
So basically our governance token for the company, of course, we will like reward, both our Oni Squad holders and also of course players who play Gardens, and especially the ones that own like the 5-star NFTs, the 5-star companions, right? From Gardens. So when we will do a token probably in the future. I think likely we will do a token in the future. Of course, I can't share exactly how that will be distributed, but of course, we do want to reward the community and have people, that played with us for so long, to get, to share in that, right, with us. So but for Gardens, the game itself, we purposely decided not to do a token. However, in our next game, we have designed it to be a little bit more play and earn. So there will be some earning aspects to our next game that we'll do. It will also be a free-to-play game, also mobile on iOS and Android. So basically, we learned a lot from Gardens, and then we're also going to apply. So we're going to apply a little bit more like tokenomics to the next game that we do. Yeah. But for Gardens, it's mostly going to be NFTs. And then we do want to allow in-game trading in the future as well too, so that you don't have to go to like Tofu NFT for Oasis or OpenSea or whatever and do that. You can just do it inside the game.
Yes.
And it'll be simple, right? It's not like we're not going to have this crazy interface. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Companions, hard.
Yeah. But that being said, although we don't have token plans right now, like in like Gardens tokens right now, it's not something we're necessarily saying no to. It's just that when we initially designed it, we didn't want to design not a sustainable token model.
Exactly.
But now we're learning more, and I think there could be a way there might be ways we can fit a token in now that I've been thinking about it a lot more and seeing how people play the game. So we'll see. So I just will say we'll see. It could happen in the future.
Because in this space, we have seen so many tokenomic models, and we always say to the developers, put a maximum amount that the players can withdraw per month. Because if you let it loose, the game will get destroyed. Yes, it's gonna get
Yeah.
sucked out.
I
Yeah.
just want to say that, every time, back then I really dislike ads, but now seeing that, ads really sustain
Yes.
the game really well, I am all for it.
And a vetting
And it
period.
reassures me whenever I see
Yeah,
games that they have ads. Okay.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
reassuring.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will have an in-app store as well too. So there's, of course, we have players. We have many players who don't know anything about Web3, don't even know it's a Web3 game,
Yeah.
and of course, blockchain gamers too. Also, so we have a mix of both. So I think that is something that we think makes a lot of sense, is using both the ad revenue and also the in-app purchase revenue, and then basically redistributing some of that back to the players. It could be a really compelling way. So that's actually what we're going to do. That's actually the token model for our next game. It's going to be initially funded with the chain that we're working with, and then we're gonna, in the future after that, we will definitely fund prizes basically from in-game revenue through ads and purchases.
Yes, I saw you yesterday in the Scale Twitter space.
Oh yes, definitely, yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
since we were
Yeah.
talking all this time about the Yomi Gardens, do you wanna talk about the other games, like
Yeah.
specifically?
The
block puzzle, for example.
Yeah, sure. So that's so Yomi Block Puzzle. You might saw it on our website. It's cute. It's got a cute character, but you see the blocks in the back. It's actually already live on the App Store. You can try it out, but it hasn't officially launched yet. We just kind of have it out for people to play it and test it. So it's really easy for anyone can download it. But basically, it's a mix of Sudoku and Tetris. And you can basically get high scores. So it's a more competitive game. There's a little pet there. There's going to be some cross collaboration between Gardens and Block Puzzle. We'll have a little pet box in Gardens too, by the way. So that will be coming in the future. And basically, as you accumulate these blocks, you can customize this pet that's kind of cheering you on as you play the game. But what's cool about this is that there are high scores. There is a lot of skill in terms of how you do the puzzle pieces. It's definitely not necessarily you can definitely I'm bad at the game. Our marketing director Fairy, who I think you've talked to, Boku, she's super good at the game. She's always getting 4,000 or 5,000 points. Oh yeah, there's a little trailer there you can play for the audience. But basically, yeah, you're scoring points as you score lines and rows and blocks. Bees come out, and then you can collect these daisies. But so the cool thing about this is that right now there's no earning component, but in a few weeks, actually, so really soon, we're going to be So in a few weeks we're going to be launching with Scale. It's also an EVM blockchain. We will be launching with them to basically provide our game will be launching on their chain. We're also going to be providing raffle tickets. As you play the game, you'll be able to accumulate raffles tickets that can then be applied to earning some sort of reward every day. We'll have a prize pool every day that you can be entered automatically as you play the game, and then you can withdraw it on a website after. So that's literally what we're working on right now. Our engineering team's working on that right now for Block Puzzle. So we have two small teams working on Gardens and Block Puzzle separately.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you wanna give us very small spoilers about the other projects on the background? Very small spoilers, if possible.
Oh, so the main one, really are, we're a small team, but we work really hard and all the time, 24/7, we're working. So we have our two main games, Gardens and Block Puzzle. Block Puzzle, you can also test it out, as I mentioned. They're both live on Apple and Android stores. So those are the two games that we're really going to be focused on, I think, for the next for this rest of this year. But of course, we are thinking about new game ideas as well. We actually have 2 or 3 other very small alpha products, but it's hard to say, right? I think we're looking at a lot of different game genres, more maybe even competitive, more fighting style, not fighting, but if you play Survivor IO, we like that roguelike genre as well. We're also looking at other
Nice.
so I think that's really cool. We could maybe do something around that with NFTs. We're also looking at other puzzle game genres and also even some genres that are more on the more casual side as well too. So we're actually looking at a lot of different things. I'm kind of curious, I would love to ask you or maybe the audience, right? Like everyone else is watching, like what kind of game genres they like,
Mhm.
and we'll consider it.
Ooh. MMORPG.
Oh,
Okay.
In
we
general,
can't do
That's
MMORPGs.
too massive,
I would say this, for all the, if a Web3 game is saying MMORPG, of course, so, I wish them all the success, but I've been in gaming for like 10 years now, and it is really hard to do an MMORPG.
yeah,
It
yeah.
costs over
Yeah.
$100 million to make a decent one, and even if you spend that much money, who knows if it's even going to be good, right? Like even the best teams, it's hard to make.
It's true.
But
If I had to answer for myself,
Yeah, how about you?
from Yomi Gardens, I don't know. I get this cuteness and I like a relaxing, chill vibe that I wanna see dating simulation, like
Oh.
pure dating simulation, like
Waifu.
NFT. We don't see it very often. This
Yeah,
genre
that's true.
in Web3.
Mhm.
And from Yomi Gardens, I get this cuteness, like what is the simulation of a dating,
Yeah.
this vibe.
Gacha, waifu gacha.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh-huh.
yeah, so that's what you would like to add, have that feature back in, but improved, right? Basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good
Yeah.
to know. Definitely.
And maybe have a caress feature.
Like a petting, like you pet them.
Yeah, like a petting, yes.
That was
Yeah.
that was in our initial design document. But yes, I think that's good feedback for sure, and it's something that we will seriously that
Mhm.
might be on the roadmap already potentially, but yeah, that's good feedback for sure.
Mhm.
We did consider like doing more like even like a match 3 with waifus. There's like ways to do that. For a future game, or maybe even like a mini game potentially too in Gardens. You could maybe
Yeah, the
start out
community
that
says
way.
a battle royale with cute pets.
Pouring forever said a battle royale with that.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there could be ways to do like a multiplayer, like or simpler. Obviously, we're not going to do a
Yeah,
3D
or a
like
3D
PUBG Mobile.
thing.
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
not going to be like Free Fire, but maybe a 2D battle royale could be something that we could explore. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Like you explore one garden and then you've encountered
A random encounter.
a random
Yes, I would
encounter,
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in
Yeah,
Yomi
that's a good
Gardens,
idea.
I would like to see
Yeah.
this RNG random encounter with the companions.
Mhm. And you
Interesting.
may or may not be able to get them on your team, something like that.
Like dislike the bar, like you will do something that you're gonna make the companion dislike you. But we go to the date simulation again, so
Mm. Okay. No, that's good feedback for sure. I'm a big fan of like the story aspects of it. We did experiment, like I said, we did experiment with it. It wasn't quite working as well as we wanted it to, so then we took it out. But hopefully we can add it back in. But I love that. I'm glad that you were able to try it actually. But I mean, you were a very early tester then, if you saw that, because that was
Yes.
pretty early on. Yeah.
I'm in everything. I'm in everything. Believe me,
Yeah,
Jason.
I'm waiting fan.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Well, it means a lot to me and the team, and I'll let our team know too that you were there from the beginning as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Too many games to play, but
Too
when
many
I have time, for sure, I will check everything as much as possible.
as much as
For
we
sure.
can.
For sure. I will say this, definitely encourage everyone that's watching to, play the game, because in our next release, we will be, we have like a few new features. We also have like a mailbox feature that'll be coming that will allow us, the team, to gift things. So you know how in Genshin, you can like, oh yeah, server update, you got 500 crystals or
Yes,
primo
yeah,
gems,
your
right?
mail. Check your mail. Check your mail.
So we'll be probably doing something like that as a gift, kind of like a thank you, as part of the release, like a thank you for all the players that have played so far. So so it's a good time to at least just download the game and try it out if you haven't yet.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you need to have in your mind that, guys, it's not what you are used to, like aggressive, grindy, like
Yeah,
to
we need to
sweat.
have some chill
You
out
need to chill,
games,
relax,
We
and
have
enjoy.
team no sleep.
I really,
Yeah, over here in YGG, the community is really, grinding really
I appreciated
hard.
that with Yomi Gardens. Like,
Yeah, but this one
it's
is,
something
chill.
else.
Yes, it's something else. Yeah, Mausama said, what about an RTS game?
Well,
Oh,
Jason,
real-time strategy.
Yeah, real-time strategy.
Yeah, I think that's not easy to balance. I think game design can take a long
Yes.
time for
Mm.
real-time strategy. I mean, I played StarCraft,
Oh,
Warcraft 3 a lot
yeah.
when Red Alert. That's how old I am. Um, those kind of games. I really love those games too. I think like something that could be possible is maybe not so much real-time strategy, but maybe like a turn-based tactics.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
would love,
turn-based.
Jason, I
Yeah,
would love to see Suikoden vibes. I don't know if you have played
I have
the
not. I have not. But if you can send it to me on Discord later, I'll definitely. I'm testing all sorts of games all the
the
time.
it's
I'll check it
old
out. Yeah.
classic JRPG vibes from 90s 20s.
Oh,
There are
awesome. Yeah, I really want to check it out. Actually, that sounds really fun.
It's because Yomi Games, I think,
Bore
vibes with
Forever
this.
knows it as well.
Of course,
Suikoden.
RTS. Yes, yes, Suikoden.
Yeah, that's cool. I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to try it out. But yeah, I think that's a possibility. And Gardens is interesting because as you experienced with the Fruit Ninja mini game,
Mhm.
Mm.
right? Like, that was just one mini game that we put in. The initial idea for us was that every facility or certain facilities could have different mini games. And we might be able to use that as a way to experiment with like a very simple like tactics based game, like I said,
Yes, that would be
or
amazing. I
Mhm.
really
yeah, or
enjoy the
maybe
hack and
yeah,
slash with the fruits.
yeah, or maybe what we could do is, people talked about like a battle royale. Maybe we could just have a very simple battle royale. You just drop in there, and then maybe
Yeah.
you just
Mhm.
play against,
Yeah.
a few other players or something like that. That's something that would be feasible for us. I don't want to like, again, I'm not gonna make a big promise. We're gonna make the next like Fortnite, right?
Yes, we're just
you know,
discussing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, but that is something we could definitely do, and it could still be really fun, and could fit in gardens, as a mini game, and you could maybe get additional gold, rewards,
Mhm.
gifts, right? As well. So that's definitely something that is possible within the gardens like game framework. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So yeah, we are also. It's been 1 hour. Well, Jason, sorry and apologies if you are busy or you have something else to do. The time
Oh
really
no, it's
fast
fine.
flew by. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy that I could invite you to the show
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it's been 1 year and something that I played the game, and I'm really, following close the news and the updates. So I'm
Mhm.
really happy
Oh,
that you were able to attend here today.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Because
thank you. Well, thank you for, being so early as part of our community and also part of our, like our game tester. Definitely give me feedback. As anyone else, like in the YGG community as well, feel free to give me feedback. I'm in the Discord, all the time, so I'm always reading all the different messages. Ferry, our community director, is always monitoring it as well too. So we're very
Mhm.
active as a team, looking at stuff. Vibes are obviously in Web3. Vibes are a little down right now, but I'm super bullish on the future for like Web3 gaming, and we're doing our best to kind of help lead the way along with all the other great projects out
Yes,
there.
everyone, if you want to learn more about Yomi Gardens, follow their Twitter, follow their Discord, as Jason said.
Yep. Yomi Games Twitter is Yomi Games GG.
Yes, as you
And
can
of
see.
course, their website, as you can see, Yomi Games. Yomi, so it's different for Yomi Gardens, the one that we showcased a while ago. YomiGames.gg. This is their main website. And join their Discord as well, discord.gg/Yomi Games.
Yes.
Ayan.
And I cannot wait for what future updates we're gonna have.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Yes,
for
many
sure.
updates to come.
Thank you
Mhm.
very much, Jason, for today again. I was
Thank you,
really
Okay.
excited.
Jason,
Yeah.
for joining us, the right and
Yeah.
GameHunters.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, thank you both for hosting me, and thank you, YGG community for having me as well. It was great. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, looking forward to talking with you maybe another time soon.
Yes, that will be perfect.
Yeah, we hope to see you on the upcoming summit. We will have an upcoming summit here hosted by YGG. It's YGG Game Summit happening November 18 to 25. So everyone, if you haven't checked out, check out YGG events
Yes.
So you can get your tickets.
Or when we get to Japan, we will let Jason know to meet up.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Maybe
Yes.
next year. Yeah, next year.
Man, next year.
Yeah,
Yes.
Probably.
yeah.
So that's mostly it from me. Everyone, have a good night, have a nice weekend, like enjoy games, and follow us in YGG, Yomi Gardens. I
Yeah.
think that's most the
Yes.
promotion
Yeah.
for me.
What about you, Jason? Any last promo for our viewers?
Yeah, just as I mentioned again, free download on both the Apple and Android stores. Very mobile friendly. Yomi Gardens and Yomi Block Puzzle are both available. So love to hear your feedback. Test it out, enjoy it, and yeah, and look forward to the upcoming updates. And then there'll be if you follow us on Twitter as well too, you can follow for all the different updates that we'll have. And like I mentioned, Block Puzzle will be a bigger launch, a launch that will come maybe in a few weeks or so, and there'll be cross compatibility between the two games. Like there'll be some different ways you can interact between the two of them as well. So there's a lot that's coming from our side. So yeah, stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff coming. I'm really excited for all the new updates.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you again, Jason.
Yep.
Cool,
Thank
thank
you
you.
once again, everyone, for joining us tonight. Game Hunting Escape. We will see you again next week, same time, Friday, 11 p.m. SGT. Only here on YGG. Don't forget to check out our Gap Quest. It's on yieldguild.io. Of course, our Discord, discord.gg/YGG. And our Twitter at yieldguildgames.
Yes.
We'll see you again next week, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.